This is gonna be my favorite video I'll probably ever teach. It's my specialty, my special. And I have to credit Roy Jones. But in a young man. That's all I can give credit to this. But a student asked me, because they hear, well, I always hear about you called being an island king in boxing. Putting guys on islands. Now the thing is, I got that from one of my friends who I used to box. He said, I don't put niggas on islands. You know, Brandon Saint. And a lot of everybody used to say it. So let's talk about the island. If you won't get this, you won't get nothing. Let's talk about that street island that we put niggas on. And I credit it to mixing it with Roy Jones and Floyd. So, island is, you got him, nigga. You don't want to ever do this, for real. To be honest, you got to be super athletic to get this done. I'm honest. What do we call it, putting guys on an island? Well, you guys, all about this is deception. So you see me with my hands down and I'm jagging, I'm moving. You gotta be super athletic. You gotta have a lot of, I got a lot of torque and a lot of fast twitch muscles, and that never dies. That's what you get over. You look at Floyd Mayweather Sr., he put a guy on an island or Sugar Ray Leonard, but you gotta be athletic. You can't be just a Pernell Whitaker who can defense, you good movie. You gotta know how to come in with punches so fast you can lead with rights and lead with hooks. Putting a guy on an island is, you gotta have smooth work. So it's like me fighting a guy I know that's great. You know that's great. And you dominate him every round. And you can at least stop him in a fifth. Because it's something, it's when you brutalizing a man, making him miss by inches, making him miss by a lot, catching him with unorthodox punches. So he, but this is only for athletic fighters, to put a guy on an island. Always had this planted right here, the whole fight. Back up, forward, and know exactly where. No, be about a good 2 inches or an inch away from a punch. Centimeters, no. But you want to make him miss, and he got to be like, if he a great fighter, it's still gonna work. It's still gonna work. But the thing about having this man on the island is a simple fact: when he start getting hit with a lot of hard shots, and he start getting desperate. And then you can parry his shots, move him, whatever you want to him. Boom, 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 boom. But the key is feinting around. I'm the best way I can describe an island is when Floyd fought Philip Ludiff, whatever his name is, or you can say Roy Jones fought Kelly, but Roy Jones kept niggas on island, so did Floyd. At the beginning of Floyd's career, I think Floyd fought more in the pocket, and I'll get to that. But the island game is all about distance deception. Walking a guy, making him walk in a shot, you catching him. So a lot of times I want to be here with a guy. The pull counter is a great way to start the island. I want to be here with him. I want to drop him off. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Give him that type of game. Every time he set, so when you step back, every time he set, as soon as he try to get set, shoot the jab at him. A good way, every time he try to get set, shoot the jab at him, or catch a jab, shoot it at him. Sometimes you want to keep that hard. When you got a guy now, you want to keep the hard job, you want to keep a hard jab on a motherfucker, a power jab. But you also want to have a controlled power jab. You don't want to come in with a motherfucker and you just throwing. And you can do that to a whack guy. And I could do that to anybody, I'm going to be honest with you. But if you a motherfucker, random motherfucker, and you don't know how to play defense after you throw, and duck and move after you throw, stay on your center line. Stay on balance at all. I can move off balance. That's what the island is all about. I can fight you off balance, on balance, because I got moves and counter moves to everything you gonna do. But there is guys like Floyd who's smaller than me, who has the same amount of knowledge or a young Roy. But I'ma always get off. It's this, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of times, a lot of guys like this is to set their head. You get this. Roy Jones with this is to set his hands. So he'll be here with you. And he'll be here, but I call it, my shit was different. When I'm fighting a guy, I'll be here. Roy be here. A lot of times I'll be here. Or I'll be here, or I'll be here. Because a lot of times, I had to have my shoulders as a second line of defense. You want to have lines of defense. You're not going to have a real defense unless you got lines of defense. And that's next.